District playoff soccer action is underway, and one of the local teams trying to get to state for the third consecutive year is with us right now. It's the Mountain Lake Terrace Hawks, and with us, forward Bobby Stoyanoff and defender Ryan Kaufman. Guys, first of all, congratulations on what's been a nice season so far for you guys. Trying to get back again, Bobby. Nothing like being a team with a target this year, I guess. You guys made it to the state semifinals last year. Does it change the way teams approach you this year?
Yeah, this year definitely has been. I've been seeing a lot of double teams, some games even triple teams. Yeah, coaches just have guys kind of follow me around all game, but I kind of like it this way because it helps me free up my other teammates, and I get them more chances, and that way they have to respect my teammates, and that kind of gives me more space because we have a lot of good players on our team, so it helps.
Ryan, what's the season been like for you so far? I mean, this is a team that when you guys win, you tend to win big. Some of your losses haven't been so pretty, so to speak. Kind of a roller coaster season. Is it one that you guys are enjoying? Are you having fun playing with this team?
So for the most part, yes, I enjoy playing with my back line. For the beginning, we weren't with each other. We weren't like connected, but towards the end of the season, we got like more communication like with each other, and it's been a better season towards the end. Just trust each other more.
And Bobby, we're certainly going to talk a lot about Mountain Lake Terrace as a team here in a moment, but some of the things you've done individually this year are just ridiculous. We've talked about you off and on throughout the course of the spring, but you've had a 6-goal game, you've had a 7-goal game. That wasn't enough. Why not break the school record one more time? You've had an 8-goal game, 46 goals on the year for you so far. You've shattered the school record, and there have been some great ones to go through Mountain Lake Terrace. Talk a little bit about your season and just what the expectations were coming into the year and what you've been able to accomplish.
Well, there wasn't really much expectation because I didn't even know if I was going to play high school soccer coming into the school year because I was playing with the Sounders. But thankfully, after talking to Jameis a lot, I kind of did what was best for myself, and I decided to play for the school and give it one last run, and it's been a really good one. I've just had a lot of fun this year. My teammates have been playing really well. These 46 goals wouldn't come. They always need an assist, so my teammates have been there for me, giving me great balls in behind and to my feet and whatever they need to do. And luckily, I've just been in the right place at the right time, and I've put my chances away, and here we are.
Well, and you had a 6-goal game during a district playoff last year, a game in which you guys won 6-5, so you needed each and every one of those goals. When you're in the moment like that and you're scoring, whether it's you're 4 goals in or 5 goals in, do you keep track in your head? Do you know how many goals you've had in a particular game?
Oh, I always know. Yeah, the number's always in the back of my head. And if you know me really well, you know my dad's always at every game, and he's just my biggest motivator. He'll always be pushing me to get more. He'll be like, why not get another, this, that. And so it always keeps me going. I always keep trying to get more, do whatever I can to help the team win.
Ryan, what's it been like for you guys as teammates of Bobby? I mean, I've got to think as a defensive player, if he goes out and gets a couple goals early in a game, it puts your mind at ease, right? I mean, does it take some of the pressure off the defensive line?
It definitely does take some of the pressure off because once we're up a couple of goals, they aren't going to be pushing as hard because their heads are down, and it just makes the game a lot easier for us. But yeah.
And Bobby's been winning a lot of accolades and getting a lot of notoriety over the last couple of years, and we've seen it with. I know you were one of the Elite 11 players in the Seattle Times last year, and no doubt you'll get that award again this year. Might be Player of the Year in a couple different newspaper publications, all state honors. Ryan, we've seen it time and time again in different sports and different schools, even at the professional level, where sometimes jealousy sets in or people get a little envious of the attention that one player's getting. What's it been like for this particular team? Does everybody rally around it? Do they enjoy it, or how does that play out?
I haven't really seen any jealousy between the players. They all really appreciate like what Bobby's doing, so they always support it when he scores 5 goals, 6 goals. It just makes the team like happy. So I think they all are on board with it.
And Bobby, what's it been like for you in that regard? All the guys fairly supportive? Do they get excited when you set one of these school records?
Yeah. When I had the 8-goal game, I remember I was at 7, and everyone was just sitting there pushing me. They're like, you got to get 8, you got to do it, you got to get another. But Jameis just wanted to sub me off and just rest me up for the next game. But everyone was just pushing me towards it. And that's been the thing all season. We're a really good unit. We work really well together, and everyone's always pushing each other. So everyone has my back, and I have their back, so it works out really well.
Speaking of 8, and this is something I didn't realize until today when it was pointed out to me, you wear the number 8. A couple of other Mountain Lake Terrace great soccer players have also worn that number. Dana Gardner, who had the school record for goals in a season before you came along and was also a star at Seattle Pacific University. as well as on the girls' side of things, Janelle, now Janelle Munnis, who was Janelle King at the time, who was a two-time state champion and was one of the better players to ever come out of this area. All of you wore the number 8. What is it about that jersey number, and do we need to retire that thing?
I mean, we might have to because there have been a lot of greats before me that wore it, as you said. And it's been an honor that the number's still available for me to even wear. But usually my number's 23. That's been my number since I was a little kid. But for Terrace, we don't have that number like in a varsity jersey. So I was thinking about just what number to pick, and one of the best Bulgarian players of all time, his name was Christos Stoichkov. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1994. He has always been like my idol. So I picked that number because he wore it, and it's just worked out for me well ever since.
And Ryan, you're the number 3 out there. Does that number have any symbolic meaning to you? Or?
It actually kind of does. One of the best defenders is Paolo Maldini, and that's his number 3. And when I was picking my number, that's the one I wanted to pick. I thought it was cool.
Very, very nicely done for both of you. Hey, talk about your teammates a little bit. Tell me a little bit about some of the defensive line that we watch if we go to a Hawks game, and we'll start off with the defenders, and then maybe we'll work our way over to the goalkeeper. Who's playing on the line with you?
So on the line, it's Kevin Brulette. He plays the left back. He does a really good job when he gets in the air. He always goes for the ball. Then we play a sweeper stopper with Aaron Cox in the back, and then Ty, what's his last name?
Harris.
Ty Harris. He plays right above him, and so most of the part time, Aaron will be more like an open space in the back, just in case the ball gets over, he'll be there, and Ty will be marking a man, and then I play right back. But between like us 4, like I said, over the season, we got a lot better with talking with each other and always covering each other's backs. So for the most part, it's pretty good. Sometimes if we're not communicating, it can go straight to a mess. Like they'll get by us and we won't get back in time, and then sometimes they score. But
And if they do get by you, who's back there to stop them? Who's in the goal?
that's Jeremy, and he does a good part for most of the time. He needs to come off his line a little bit more, but he's a good kid, and usually he'll stop the ball.
It's Jeremy Reitz, who's only a sophomore. So,
Yeah.
And then up front, who are we looking at? We'll start with the midfield. Who's assisting you on some of these goals?
So we've been really lucky to get 2 transfers this year. One is our center defending mid Griffin Ovanel. He came from Cedar Park Christian, and he's been a really big key to our team this year and our success. And then we had Andy Lee, transfer from North Carolina. We got really lucky there too, and he's been a fantastic player, one of probably the better players I've ever played with, honestly. And so he does a really good job finding me in spaces that most people don't see. And then we have Max Jackson, a senior, who's been just a key player throughout his whole entire high school career to the team. He's been a starter since his sophomore year and has always played a big role for us. And then we have our other captain, Diego, who plays out left. He's one of our biggest guys when it comes to set pieces. He's always in the air, gets up higher than almost anyone I've ever seen, and gets his head on a lot of things and puts in a lot of goals for us. And then our right, we have my fellow Bulgarian Christian, who plays out right, who's one of my best buds, and it's been really cool having him out there this year because he didn't play last year, and he's been a really big part to our success this year.
So 2 Bulgarian guys out there. Do we have nicknames? Or I know we were calling you the bulldozer last year. Is there
He doesn't have one yet. Dino calls him the Bulgarian shovel, but
okay.
yeah.
Perhaps if you guys get back to state, we can work on that.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
Hey, tell me a little bit about the coaching staff. Coach Dermusis, somebody you guys are fairly close to. I know you already mentioned him, Bobby, earlier in the show. Tell me what it's like to play for him.
I mean, the one thing about Jameis is he's really close to his players, and that's one thing I really like about him. We have a really good connection. He has a good connection with everyone, and he's really good at just being there for us and having our backs, and he really believes in us, and he'll always be there for us. He'll always have our side when anything ever comes up, and he really pushes us every day at training, and that's what makes us better, and that's what's got us to state the last 3 years, for hopefully 3 years.
Ryan, what have you taken away from the coaching staff this year?
He likes to joke around a lot, and that helps the team's morale.
Keeps you loose?
Yeah, keeps us loose. He'll always be cracking jokes, just messing with the players, but in a good way. And then he'll just always push us at practice, like Bum said. So, yeah.
So we're going to get into the playoff talking here in a second, but as far as when we look at the season as a whole, favorite moment as a member of this team this year? And Ryan, maybe I'll start with you. Do you have a particular moment this year that stands out to you?
Yeah, it was against Edmonds Woodway, and it was when I had to defend Ben Forder the whole game because
Former Terrace player, too, right?
Terrace player.
Yeah.
We have some rivalries going on, but I did a good job. Couldn't get by me.
And you guys got the victory on senior night for the Warriors, too.
Yeah.
And Bobby, what about you? You've had so many moments this year. Is there a favorite goal or a favorite situation you were in that you kind of stands out?
Favorite goal is tough. My favorite goal might be against Linwood. When I had a free kick against them to put us up 2-0, and that was just cool because whenever we play Linwood, it's always a packed crowd. You got it from corner flag to corner flag, just filled with people there. And that one was just big because they always have their hecklers and stuff, and everyone was like booing me and stuff before I shot it, and then it went and flew in, and we went up 2-0, and we went on to win that game, so that one was big. But one of my favorite moments this year might have been against Woodway when it was 3-1 in the game. We just got a red card, so they were pushing us, trying to come back, and Ryan Coffin made the play that won the game for us. Comes out, gets a guy off a corner, and just breaks for like a 50-yard run and then passes it across to me. And luckily I get fouled and I score the PK that wins us the game. That one was big. That was a big moment for us in the year because we really needed that win against Woodway. So yeah, that one was huge.
Yeah, it's helped you to get where you are right now, which is into the district playoffs. And we're looking at it here. You guys started off district play against Cedar Woolley this year. Questionable early there. Cedar Woolley gets a goal, I think 5 or 6 minutes in, and then you guys just decided to slam the door on them with 5 straight goals. You get a 5-1 victory. What was that game like for you, Ryan?
So in the first, like you said, in the first 5 minutes when they scored, I thought the outcome was going to be a lot different. But once we like kind of overcame that goal and we just wanted to push and push, our mindset changed and we just wanted to just destroy them pretty much. Like we just got back into our groove and we scored 5 goals. So.
And we should ask you too. We talked about the defensive players a minute ago. Bobby, tell me a little bit about this guy here and what Ryan's like out on the field.
Well, Ryan's exactly the kind of teammate you want whenever you play on any team regarding sports. He goes in every day, doesn't complain, always gives his 100%. He's just a guy you want to go to war with every day. He's just going to be there for you at all times, and he'll give his all at all times, and it makes it really fun to play with because you got a guy out there who's going to work for you at every moment.
And what's it like playing with Bobby?
I love playing with Bob because he always whenever he gets the ball, he can either get past 3 people or he'll always find that pass that you won't really see. He's always telling us what to do, which helps because a lot of the people are really quiet on the team. He's always talking. Overall, he just works really hard, and at practice too, I like defending him because it's a challenge against
makes you better.
Makes me better, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, not such a great moment for you guys. You lose to Archbishop Murphy on Saturday. It puts you into the consolation bracket. So really, it's very simple now. You guys play Tuesday evening, 5:30 start time against Burlington Edison over at Edmonds Stadium. If you lose that game, your season comes to an end. If you win that game, you play on Thursday at against an opponent and at a time and place to be determined. How big of a game is this on Tuesday in terms of needing energy and needing to get the crowd out there? We want to promote this a little bit and get these folks who are watching this in the camera right now out there. How important would it be to have a nice crowd at Edmonds Stadium on Tuesday night, Bobby?
It's huge. I mean, the crowd is one of the biggest things for me. I love playing in front of just a lot of fans. It always pushes me to do better. It means a lot to me playing for the school and representing everyone that you go to school with. So it's always big seeing all the people out there. And if you guys make it out there, I promise it'll be a good game. I promise I'll put on a good game for everyone. And our team, I promise we'll get the victory for you guys if you guys come out.
And Ryan, when you get to a point where you're in the consolation bracket and it's one and done, puts a little extra pressure on you. Do you guys relish that pressure? Does it force you to ride your game up a little bit? Or?
It definitely does. Yeah, you can see it in everyone in the back line. They're always fired up when the stakes are really high.
And the stakes couldn't get any higher. So again, Tuesday, 5:30 over at Edmonds Stadium. We hope to see a lot of folks there. Hey, Ryan, Bobby, and before I let you go too, seniors, both of you. Ryan, I'm going to ask you first. What's your plan for next year?
I'm going to go play for Shoreline Community College.
Okay.
I got offered by the JV coach because he coaches for the team over there. I thought that was a cool idea. So
nice pipeline going over there right now for Terrace. So certainly we wish you luck there. And then Bobby, you're not going to stick around the States. You're going overseas, right?
Yeah. So luckily I have the opportunity to play in England. I'm committed to Richmond International Academy of Soccer and Academics right in Leeds. So come August 1st, that's my official day. I go to England and hopefully I reach the goal that I've always wanted to do, and it's become a pro soccer player. So halfway there, I guess you could say. I have one foot in the door, but I need to finish.
A lot of American players over there in that particular program?
Yeah, there's players from all around the world, really. So, I mean, you have guys from just everywhere in Europe. You have some guys from the USA, too. So it'll be just a big pool of really good players, and I'm excited to be there.
Bobby's going to trot around the globe, but first he's going to be over at Edmonds Stadium on Tuesday. So again, Burlington Edison first and foremost, and then hopefully into Thursday. And if everything works out, the state tournament starts the following week. Ryan, Bobby, thank you both for coming in, and best of luck to the Hawks the rest of the way.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Well, great news for Bobby going to England. That's really amazing.
Yeah, and talk about a place that knows a thing or two about soccer.
Yeah.
They can play over there in England, and certainly for him to enhance his opportunities to play professionally someday, not a bad way to start off his collegiate career. And I would no doubt wouldn't shock me at all if he ends up becoming a professional player someday.
Yeah, me either. Well, what else do we have to talk about today?
A little bit of everything. Again, it's playoff time, so we had a lot of big tournaments last week, and as well as things coming up this week. We're going to start off by talking track and field. The Edmonds School District Championships took place on Friday. Edmonds Woodaway Warriors winning both the boys and the girls team scores rather handedly this year. A team that just missed out on winning both last year, tying in one and missing out on the other by 1 point. This year, no contest. The Warriors definitely are the team to beat. And one particular athlete that we want to single out because we're going to give her our Action Jackson Plumbing Player of the Week award. And this one's going to go to a freshman, Caddy Korgura. I think we said her name right. If not, we know that her accomplishments are much better than my pronunciations. She took first place in the 100, the 200, the 4x100, and the 4x200. It's 4 championships for the freshman. And again, really early in her career, and we wish her the best as now we move on to the 3A South Championships. That'll take place on Wednesday and Friday over at Edmonds Stadium. So all 4 of our schools, along with Shorewood and Shorecrest, so we'll see what they can do over there. Other sports we also want to give a shout out to right now, golf. We've got the Wesco 3A South Division Championships coming up on Thursday for the boys. They're going to be at Battle Creek Golf Course in Marysville. The girls on Tuesday are going to be playing over on Camino Island. So all of our golfers in action this week as they try to qualify for districts and for the state tournament. Tennis. The girls are going to be over at Jackson High School on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is also the 3A South Division tournament. So, again, a number of our tennis players trying to move on to the next round there. And, again, a lot of soccer going on, baseball, softball, a little bit of everything, and it should give us plenty to talk about next week.
Very good. Well, we thank you, as always, for joining us, and we'll have all the results next week. Have a great week, everybody.